Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a mini album to share for Simple Stories. I'm using the Into the Wild collection, which is the new zoo themed collection. I just love it, it's adorable. So I have shamelessly copied one of the characters from the sticker sheets. He's a little lion, and he's going to be the front cover of my album. So I've used just a pencil to draw this, freehand draw this. I'm away doing this at a crop and I don't have access to a cutting machine or anything fancy, so not even a computer to print stuff out with. So I'm literally having to rely on my drawing skills, which are non-existent. I can just about copy, but I can't do anything myself, so I had to copy it. So I kind of drew a circle and then did the scallops on them. You can see that my drawing has got lots and lots of scribbled lines on it, so it took me a while to get it right. But yeah, it's super cute, and I'm going to paper piece all the bits together. So I've just first of all, I've drawn the picture, and now I'm just going to cut out or draw around that and use it as a template. So the white cardstock piece isn't actually going to get used other than as a template. So I'm just going to cut around it, and then I need it to be backed as well. So I have I've just flipped over the template and I've drawn around it again. So now I'm just going to cut those two pieces out. Yeah, that's just working out, just writing on the back which one's the top and which one's the bottom so that I get it the right way round, because otherwise they won't fit together perfectly, because it's not symmetrical because I hand drew it. So just cutting those out. I've chosen to use a piece of like the orangey paper with or brownie paper with orange triangles on it for the mane, like I said, I'm going to back it with another piece exactly the same, and that is going to form the front cover of my album. So the album I plan to make as like a box shape. So I'm going to have the lion on the front and then a box behind the lion, and then on the back I was going to have another lion's mane. But then I realised I hadn't got enough paper, and wasn't quite, then I was a bit stumped. I wasn't quite sure what to do, but in the end I came up with a brilliant solution. So I did have enough paper, I just had to think about where to get it from. There we go, there's my lion. He's kind of coming together. So now I'm going to cut out the next part of the lion, so the face part, and I'm going to cut that out of like a sandy coloured paper. It's one of the Colour Vibe papers. It's got little spots. It's plain on one side and it's got spots on the other side. So I'm going to use that. But first of all, just like cutting out my template first, and then I'm going to put it onto that orangey colour paper that I've got there. You can see, and then cut that out and stick that down. So, and I do the same thing for the rest of the elements on his face as well. I'm going to speed up the next part of the video because I'm just excruciatingly slow at making this lion's head, so I'm going to speed it up to super quick speed so you can still see that all the steps that I go through, but it's just significantly quicker than what the pace I'm going at right now. So here we go, super speedy time, because as I say, it just seemed to take me forever to make it. I think I was having fun at the crop and chatting to lots of people, so it was on the go slow. So there we go. I've cut his nose out of another piece of that same colour of the main paper. He needs a little section on the end, semicircle bit on the end of his nose, so just cut that from a brown paper from the 6x8 paper pad, and then I need it's the little muzzle bits to go behind the nose. Just cut that out from the same colour paper as the face, but I've used the plain side instead of the spotty side, and then I'm just going to stick all those in place. So you can see that I'm just stressing the edges of all of the elements. There we go, that's the head being stuck together, and just trimming off any bits that weren't quite perfect. Distress the edges of that as well. And then I can start sticking on all of the elements. So the little face is going on, the nose, the little muzzle is going on, and then I need to draw in the little details. So I've got the eyes and eyelashes, and then the little mouth. So I've just drawn them in pencil, and then gone over them in black pen, and little eyelashes going on now. There we go. So that is the little lion's head complete. So what I've decided to do is, say, make a box that goes in the middle of behind the lion's head, and inside the box is going to be a little booklet form mini album. So it's a one sheet wonder technique. I've used another sheet of Colour Vibe paper, and I've scored every 4 inches one way and every 3 inches the other, and then made these 2 cuts, and then you just concertina fold. There's some great tutorials, YouTube videos to how to do this if you want to have a look at that in a bit more detail, but it is a very easy way of making it a really good looking little album. It's really sturdy and fabulous. So it's just lots of it's just a concertina fold effectively, and I then have to stick the back parts of the pages together, and then they form pockets. So you can either stick them flat so there's no pockets, but you can also stick them so that you have a top opening pocket on one page and a side opening pocket on the next page. So it just depends on how many extra things you want to fit into the book. So I'm doing it twice because I wanted a bigger book than I could get from one sheet of paper. So I have used another sheet of Colour Vibe paper, and I've gone for a different colour. I could have gone for the same, but I decided to go for a different colour just so I had some different patterns and colours in the book. So there we go, there's my second one sheet wonder. So I'm just going to fold that. So it's just a concertina fold, super duper easy, and backwards and forwards, and then I just have to do some sticking, and then I'm going to stick the 2 together, and then you end up with this fabulous little book. It needs a front cover on it, or basically it ends up being like a wrapper that goes around the outside of the book, but I need to stick the 2 bits together first. I'm going to distress all the edges. I need to stick all the pages together to form the pockets, or to form flat pages as well. So I'm just going to do all of that, and then I will put the wrapper on. So yeah, and then I can start embellishing the book. So that will be fun. Okay, so I had some problems when I cut the one sheet wonders. My blade wasn't very good on my trimmer, so I've got some rough edges. So that's fine because I don't mind the distress look. So I'm just going ahead and distressing all of the edges, so they all look the same, and they're all a bit distressed instead of just having one random one that's distressed by accident. Okay, so there we go. The book is now kind of complete, as in the pages are stuck together. So I have some top opening pockets and some side opening pockets. The 2 pieces are stuck together, and now I just need to add a cover. So I've picked out this really cute lion and tiger paper. The other side says raw all over it, and as my front cover is a lion, I figured that was completely appropriate. So I'm just making the wrapper to go around the outside. So I'm going to stick the front cover of the book to this paper, fold it round, and then stick the back cover of the book down as well. So I'm just measuring it to make sure I've got the right size, and I've obviously measured the top section, the height of the book, and made the wrapper slightly bigger, but the width, I just wanted to make sure I had some flex on the spine. So I've just thought I would stick the book in place before actually cutting and trimming that edge. See, I still didn't quite get it right. So there we go. I'm just going to fold that over. There we go. I'm happy with how that's looking, but I now need to just cut that edge off, because obviously I have massive overlap there. So I'm just going to, there we go. I've just drawn a line, and then I'm going to just trim that on my guillotine. Okay, so this is me pretty much done at this point. I'm going to go and embellish the book off camera, and finish the box off camera as well. So what I'm going to do now is switch over to a flip through of the completed box and album. Okay, so here is a flip through of the completed mini album. So you can see my lovely little lion's face, and then it works like this, so that you have a little box inside and it does stand up. And then on the back I did the same main shape, but I created the lion's back end. Then we've got a little tassel, which is the tail. So cute. I say it's just a box inside, and then inside is this album here, and just untie that. I've got some lovely twine wrapped around it. And I say it's a lovely little book. I love how these come together so well, these one sheet wonders. So lots of thick embellishments on the front, and then inside I've stuck to only flat stickers and ephemera. There we go. Tag with pockets. Little side opening pocket there. Keep going. And then we have another pocket page, again with more photos inside the tags. And then I use a journaling card on this page. Stay wild. Got another side opening pocket here. Photos front and back. And just decorative, and then another pocket. Another journaling card there. Then we go on to the other colour in the book. Another side opening page there with the journaling card. Penguin, love the penguin. I did use some puffy stickers in this one, just adorable, love them, even though they're not flat, but they're flat enough, they're okay. And then another pocket tag, they're from the tags sheet, and the ostriches, another journaling card. I really loved the journal elements paper, it worked really well for this album. And tiger, and then final pocket tag up there. Love the little snake, he's so cute. Slot back in there. And then that's the final page. Done. And it just ties back up into a bow and pop that back inside the little box. I do love the lion's butt. And that just goes in there like that, and it stands up. There we are, so all finished. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed seeing that. Here are a few close-ups now of the album itself, so you can see some of the pages a little bit closer by. There's the two together, there's the front cover of the album, just going to show you a few pages, internal pages. There's also little flip outs and things that obviously you can't really see so much on these photos, but yeah, I hope you saw them in the flip through. So I hope that you really enjoyed seeing this little album come together. The little one sheet wonder technique is brilliant. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories using Into the Wild.